Wait a minute, what's in my hair? What's in my hair? Is it semen or is it ignorant bitch? Oh, I don't know. So, basically, what I'm taking and doing right now is I'm doing a response to Dear Fat People. Originally, I wasn't planning on doing a response because I watched the video, I think, over months ago, whenever it first came out. And then I seen there was this huge uprising of all these videos. So it was kind of like, okay, whatever I need to say, it's already been said. But now here it is. She released Dear Fat People 2, the second helping. Now, as if the first video wasn't ignorant enough, because did it offend me? No, it didn't offend me. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm one of those people, it's really hard to offend me. But is she ignorant? Yes, she is extremely ignorant. And Dear Fat People 2, she goes on about how fat people smell like sausage. I'm sorry. I smell pretty damn good. So, goes on about how fat people, smell like sausage and how we're so terrible because we inconvenience her at the airport. How rude of us, and she's sitting there saying that, oh, she loves fat people and she wants us to stay around longer. Well, nobody's going to want to be around her. And it's the interesting part is I took and I looked up Nicole Arbor because that's the original girl who made the video, and I wind up discovering that she beats her boyfriend, beats him around, or used to beat him around. I think he left her since then. And it's like, then, she's a failed actress in Canada, basically. So now she's sitting there thinking that she's gonna strap on her spurs and she thinks that she's a comedian. And she's trying to be an insult comedian. Well, the problem is that most insult comedians, they poke fun of themselves. She doesn't poke fun of herself. She's just in there saying, like, how she's a blonde chick and how blonde chicks explain stuff to you. And it's like, crazy part about being a fat person is that we are amazingly self-aware that we are fat. Who knew? So it's like fat people, from my perspective, okay, because I've been a fat person for a while now, from my perspective of being a fat person, generally fat people, some fat people, they eat terribly. I'm not going to sugarcoat that and pretend that we don't, but some fat people, they eat bad, but most fat people, we actually eat relatively well. We actually eat tons of vegetables and we eat the right proteins, because guess what? Is that yes, we know we're fat. So what we do is we try to take preventative measures by eating the right things so we don't die of a heart attack, or so we don't get diabetes, so we don't take and we don't do the wrong things. So even though we're fat, granted, the things that happen to me, the things that I eat, it metabolizes different in my body than it does in yours. Now, is this an excuse for me being fat? No, because I probably still severely overeat. So, the whole thing is that what breaks down in your body is going to break down different in my body. And if you have a fast metabolism, guess what? That means that your body metabolizes junk food faster than mine would, where my body would turn around and just put it basically towards my ass. Your body's going to put it towards storing energy. So that's why there are usually healthier fat people than there are thin people. You can be thin and unhealthy. Crazy idea, right? Because the whole thing is that this girl, Nicole Arbor, she has an array of other videos, and in some of her other videos she's showing chowing down on this huge ass hamburger, and then she has the gall to turn around and tell people that they need to eat healthier. Our body is a temple. Trust me, I'm aware my body is a temple. I've housed several children in my temple. So it's kind of, you know what, it's not an excuse, because it's not an excuse of why I'm fat. I am fat because I overeat. I am amazingly self-aware of that. And it's the whole part of Nicole that gets to me, is where she's sitting there going off on this tangent about how she couldn't get to her Starbucks because she's a white chick. Good for you. As if we didn't already know. And it's like, my first response to it was kind of like, you know what, she's kind of right. But then she goes on and she makes a second video. And it's like, I started doing a little bit more digging on her. And basically, the only reason she's making these offensive, ignorant ass videos is so she can get more views. So I highly recommend to everybody who has heard about the Dear Fat People videos, do not watch them. Because all she wants is she wants that YouTube money. That is all she's trying to get. Because YouTube will take and pay her, what is it, like I think $1 a view or something like that. I can't remember what it is. But that's all she's going to get. She's going to get money basically from causing you issues, from causing you to have self-esteem problems. What do I recommend? I recommend you taking and watching the Gabbie show for her response on the Dear Fat People, because she took and she worded it amazingly. And she also takes and she shares a link for another comedian, and he does a beautiful response with how he goes basically frame by frame of her video of his response to it, and it's hilarious. It's wonderful. I actually like it, and I'll probably take and share his video as well in my description. We'll see. But the Gabbie show, she goes on about how, you know, she felt that she was fat in high school, and it was like, this is the problem that goes on with our girls today, or our high school girls, is that even though they are relatively healthy girls, they feel that they need to live up to this unrealistic standard of what our society feels is beautiful. And the biggest thing is that our society takes and it idolizes these supermodels, these 5'10" supermodels, as beautiful. And the thing is that most people don't realize that these supermodels are usually addicted to drugs. I'm saying usually addicted to drugs and alcohols. And, you know, alcoholism, that's what they suffer from. And this is so they can all stay thin. So this is what society thinks that we need to take and we need to do with our teenage girls. And what also gets me is I'm a huge Jenna Marbles fan. So it's like Jenna Marbles, I mean, I love her. She talks about basically self-love all the time. And you know what? Jenna Marbles even talks about in one of her vlogs or her videos about where she started getting chunky from eating chicken wings and everything. So it's like she's real. And you know what? She never made fun of fat people. And it just gets to me that this girl is basically trying to become successful. But you know what I love the most is that she lost half of her subscribers because of it. She has lost majority of her views on her channel because of it. And that's what needs to happen to these people. Whenever you're ignorant, you're not trying to set an example of saying, this is what I feel. I want you to feel like you need to love yourself. She didn't do that. She basically just goes on a full-on attack of how she basically despises fat people. And it's kind of like, okay, I understand where you're coming from. I do. You know, because I can't lie. Yes, I am obese, but I am not morbidly obese. I'm not one of those people that I ride around in Walmart on one of those scooters just because I'm overweight. Now, I can understand that aspect of it, that's a little aggravating. But it's like at the same time, you don't know what that person's going through. You don't know if that person has rheumatoid arthritis. You don't know if that person has, you know, whatever disease that takes and impairs them from doing that. And trust me, I know that there are some people that are completely healthy and they just don't feel like walking. But at the same time, you don't know what that person's going through. You have no idea. So at some point, you just need to take and kind of shut up about it. That's exactly it. You just need to shut up about it. And then Nicole takes and attacks in her second video the plus-size model that's on the cover of Sports Illustrated. And when I first heard about it, I really didn't care. I'm sorry, I didn't. But it's kind of like, you know what? Some aspect, it's like, great, awesome. Society is finally realizing that not everybody is 5'10" and 115 pounds. Great. I am glad that the thicker, beautiful women of this world are getting recognition. And is that sitting there saying that, you know, we're supporting an unhealthy lifestyle? No, that's not saying that at all. This is the big issue, is that she's sitting there taking and saying that we're promoting an unhealthy lifestyle, that we're promoting people to take and have body positivity for being unhealthy. No, that's not body positivity. Body positivity is, as long as you are healthy, be happy with your body. There are some people out there who are extremely healthy, but they happen to have a little extra pounds. So, I mean, and it's like we do this to ourselves all the time. And I think about it because it's like I had a girlfriend who wound up attacking her ex-boyfriend's current girlfriend because the girl was a size 10. And it's like a size 10. So they're calling her fat, calling her, oh, she's fatter than me, she's this, she's that. That's still body shaming. Why can't we take and why can't we accept that everybody's not going to be the same? Okay? Body positivity isn't taking and isn't saying, oh, well, it's okay that you're a size 30. Now, most likely if you're a size 30 and you're a woman, I'm not talking about 30 inches. I am talking about a size 30. If you're like that, most likely you are an unhealthy person. Body positivity is being healthy, but being happy with your healthy self. And you can be healthy at a size 14. You can be healthy at a size 16. You can be healthy at a size 18. I've got a sister who's relatively larger than me, and she's actually a fairly healthy person. And it's like, her blood work comes back better than mine. And it's the whole thing is that people want to take and they want to criticize her for being a bigger woman. And the thing is that you can be a bigger woman and be healthy. You can be a bigger man and be healthy. And you don't even want to know about the strength that most heavier people have. Because I'm somebody that I go to the gym and I've got, a big ass. I'm not going to pretend. But you know what? I'm really strong. I take and do more leg presses than most men do. So it's kind of like, don't take and fall into this trap of thinking that people who are overweight are unhealthy. Because a lot of people that are overweight aren't unhealthy. And she even goes on to attack plus size Barbies. Because guess what? Not everyone has the same shape. And it's been scientifically proven that in order to have Barbie's physique, a woman would have to be 7 foot tall. Because Barbie has like an 18-inch waist. If she was taken and she was deduced to actually being a real human, she'd be 7 foot tall with an 18-inch waist. And then she would look so jacked up, it wouldn't even be funny. But she's sitting there going on and they're saying, why can't Barbie just be a pretty blonde? Because the world isn't full of pretty blondes. The world isn't full of pretty blondes. There are people out there that are in wheelchairs. Did you complain whenever Barbie's younger sister Skipper was in a wheelchair? And it's like, she's sitting there complaining, why can't Barbie be a pretty blonde? And it's like, oh my God, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Being a size 4, yeah, that's healthy for some people, but that's not healthy for everybody. Some people are size 8. Some people are size 10s. Some people are size 12s. Get over it. There's nothing wrong with being a thicker person. Nothing at all. So it's, why do you feel that you need to take and make fun of these people? Does that make you feel good? Does it make you feel better when you make fun of people? Because that is the first thing that people go to whenever you make fun of somebody, is that apparently you have an insecurity about yourself. So what I take and I tell people, if people are watching this, and trust me, I know I got another subscriber. Thank you. You're awesome. But anybody who's watching this, if you take and you feel hurt by that video, please don't. Because this girl, she is just going on about how her insecurities are attacking her. That's it. She goes on to there saying she wishes she could eat brownies and she could be on Sports Illustrated. But the thing is that apparently she doesn't have what it takes. And that's all that matters. Is that beautiful model that's on Sports Illustrated, go her. She's a beautiful woman. And the thing is that Nicole Arbor will never be that because she's too shallow inside. And she is never going to make it because she doesn't have the talent. And I'm sorry. Apparently her face isn't pretty enough for her to take and be considered as a plus-size model. So that's the interesting part, is that somebody like Nicole Arbor will most likely never be on Sports Illustrated. And also, when she says that, but that's okay. If I play an ugly person, I win an Oscar. Okay, well, Charlize Theron, she gained 45 pounds to be in Monster to win that award. And the thing is that Charlize Theron, I'm sorry, Nicole, probably has more talent in her little pinky than I think that you do in your entire existence. So, I know she's never going to watch this. I don't give a shit. I just hope that the few people that have watched this, if you were insulted by Nicole Arbor, or if what she said to you offended you or hurt you, she's never going to get anywhere in this world. Ever. She went on The View, where it's predominantly thicker women pretty much pounced her. And please, if you get the chance, I highly recommend you watch that video. It is very satisfying. I hope you guys have a good one. Bye.